Hello, welcome to When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. I love America. um, I just had to show you Karina um, dancing. This is like her in Whiplash. Anyway, um, Karina is an idol. She's in the K-pop group called Blackpink Junior. I mean aespa. aespa. I mean, she's hot. Okay, so that's the main part. She's hot. But she is under attack, and people want to. Well, some people are praising her. Some people want her gone, and I can't make this up. And this shows you once again when I talk about how toxic people are. And I'm sure, well, maybe not, but anyway, Karina was in Japan, Tokyo, whatever, some place where they let me tone down the racism. She was in Japan, and she took a picture. This is her Instagram, okay? And there's a bunch of pictures of her in this jacket, but all these pictures have been taken down. The reason why this is bad is because the jacket has red in it and the number 2. And you're thinking, why would that be an issue? It's because there's a political race going on in Korea, and the number 2 candidate, the now it's not called Republican, but the Republican candidate in Korea is known as the number 2 candidate, and he has red behind him. This is I think his name is Kim Sung Moon. I think it doesn't matter. You're not gonna look it up. So this is the conservative candidate. Okay, she's wearing red in her jacket and it has the number 2. So this means she fully endorses the conservative candidate. Um, oh, I thought it was for president. Yeah, sorry. Um, I mean, unfortunately, and I know people want to make too much of it. She was just wearing a jacket, and the jacket, that's just the style of the jacket. It's like a $500 jacket, and it just happened to have the number 2 on it, and it has red stripes on it. Um, so just so stupid. So there's people online who want to cancel her, and then there's people online who are now calling her the new conservative princess, and she took it down, of course, because she had no idea. Because why would a person think about this though? Think about how stupid this is. Okay, once again, she's worth millions of dollars. Her schedule is crazy. She gets endorsements, blah blah blah. It's like her life is different than your life. She doesn't have time to follow politics. She probably doesn't even know who's running for president. Like every day of her life is doing some kind of public appearance or filming for online material, fan signing, whatever, practicing the dance, the choreography, the songs, you know. And so the 2 hours of free time she does have in a day, do you think she's going to bother with politics? Or do you think on her day off she's going to actually, you know, keep up with world events? No, no. And also, when you have a lot of money, it doesn't matter who's in power, your life doesn't change. So it's like, that's why like the worst people to take political opinions from are like rich, or just rich people in general, because their life won't change. I mean, that's why so many rich people are liberal, and that usually means crime is going to increase in your city or whatever. But these rich people live in gated communities, so once again, their life doesn't change. But anyway, that's beside the point. So half the people think that it was on purpose. Okay. Anyway, so she apologized. She wrote a letter apologizing. The God, ESPA is for, I think ESPA is under SM label. SM label put out a statement going, it wasn't political. I'm paraphrasing. She was just wearing a jacket. And then she, apologized. She didn't mean to cause confusion. She said she'll try better next time. What do you mean try better next time? You're just wearing clothes. So anyhow, like just it just shows you how stupid people are, and it does make Korea look bad. And so anyway, she apologized. The SM Entertainment apologized. People are mad at the apology because it doesn't matter. People want to be mad, okay? And the people who are mad are obviously the people on the left. And if you notice, let's just say she was wearing a jacket that was blue and had the number one on it, representing the first candidate, the liberal candidate. Do you think there would be people on the other side going, how dare you, support that? Or, because it never goes both ways with this, and then also, usually people on the right side, they don't think everything is political. And the only reason why it became political is because the people on the left, which is called the blue side, attacked her. And you have to realize, like, not everything is racist, not everything is sexist, not everything is political unless you are. And that's what we've seen here. And so people are putting their views and values onto other people. And people don't realize Karina's, I know I'm speaking for her, her views and values are based on, how do I maintain my fame? How do I, make sure I stay skinny, I stay in shape, make sure I, look the right way, like, like the way I dress, make sure I don't say the wrong thing in a interview. Like, if I'm gonna go out, like, and it's not an official event, like, like, wear a disguise, like, all these, like, her mind is focused on, quote unquote, being famous, and then the 2 hours I have of a private life, how can I go out in public and not be bothered? So you can't put your worldview on her, because you guys live in different worlds. It's not even, and so when she has to apologize and say, I'll, like, try better next time, I'll think things through, she's basically saying, next time I put on clothes, I'm gonna think this through. Like, how stupid is this? I can't take this seriously. I just can't take this seriously. And now everyone's doing fan edits or whatever. I call them fan. I call them fan edits. Where now you see the group together, and they show clips, because I've just seen clips, and it's like the other three members look sad, and she's smiling, and so they're like, how has this affected them? You know what's really going on? The other three members who aren't smiling, they're probably mad that she's getting all the attention. Because remember, these are four good-looking women, and once again, Karina's getting all the attention. So if they are upset, it's for that reason. It's not because of the drama, because like, Ning Ning is Chinese. She doesn't give a rat's ass about Korean politics. Uh, Giselle doesn't care. I mean, they're just four hot chicks who are mad that this one hot chick in the group is getting more attention than them. That's it. They don't. I just can't believe the amount of I guess I can believe it because it's like people don't stop. And like she can apologize again, right? And they'll still be mad. So I'm like, why do we even apologize in the first place? Stop apologizing. Because every single time a K-pop idol has apologized, he or she gets a bunch of hate for apologizing because they all say, well, that wasn't real. And then sometimes they apologize 3 or 4 times. It's the same thing. That wasn't real. That wasn't sincere. No, it's just because you don't care. And the apology doesn't matter to you. I've seen it happen too many times. Like how many more times is this going to happen? And so what needs to happen is stop apologizing. Like that should just be the rule. If the people think you messed up, let them think that, and just focus on entertainment. And see now because they apologize, now there's even more entrenched in this political bullshit. And remember, it's half the country loves it, the other half doesn't, because that's just how politics are. It's usually 50-50. And in the way of a politician wins, it's usually the independent voters who like really aren't political and vote on the issues. Because the problem is, so many people just vote based on the party. I don't do that. I vote based on issues that affect me. So, for example, like I didn't vote for that street shit. I mean, Camel Harris because she wanted an open border. I don't want an open border because that's my tax dollars goes to fund that bullshit. And so, I voted based on issues, topics, whatever. But and also it's because I have an IQ over 80. It's not my team versus your team. It's just which individual candidate has views that I want pushed in Congress and the Senate, whatever. And like if you think the other way, the only thing I would do if someone was so politically crazy, I wouldn't argue. I would just stop talking to them. Like I wouldn't have anger. Like if my neighbor was like promoting like some far left bullshit, like trans the kids, I'm not gonna argue with them. It's like, okay, I'll just let you do your thing. Go ahead, trans your kid, but I don't want to be involved. I'm not gonna cancel them. But you already have people who are obsessed with her, okay? And so any little thing she does is going to be amplified. So she literally can't put on clothes. She literally can't put on clothes without it being an issue. And I'm surprised people didn't find anything else offensive. Like I'm surprised they didn't count the loops on the belt and say that means something. Like if you're looking for it, you'll find it. When I see this picture, I see a hot chick wearing too much clothes. The only thing I don't like about this picture is like she's wearing the jacket. Not because it represents anything, just because she has a nice body. But I'm normal. But yeah, I don't need to talk about this anymore. It's stupid. It's silly, and it probably won't go away. But I covered it. Okay.